Dr. Marler.
Oh, hello, Nola.
I wanted to thank you again for letting me see Quentin so much, because I know I'm not a member of the family or anything.
Well, he seems to respond very well when you're around, so obviously you're very good for him.
Thanks. I was wondering when he's going to be able to have other visitors.
Well, if his condition continues to improve, I imagine we'll let him see some more people tomorrow.
Oh, that's good, because Henry Chamberlain was really anxious to see him, so he'll be glad to hear that news.
Well, I'll be sure to tell Henry, but I still don't want anyone saying anything to Quint that's going to make him upset.
Oh, of course not. No, I'll never do that.
Okay.
Dr. Marler, there's just one more thing. Something I don't understand about Quentin. I mean, you know, he was doing so well and everything, and then all of a sudden he has this attack, and I was just wondering if you know what caused it or if it could happen again.
Well, we don't know what caused it, Nola. The only thing I know is that Quentin went into cardiac arrest while Rebecca Cartwright was in the room with him. Whether the events were related, I don't know.
Do you mean to tell me that Rebecca Cartwright was in the room when he had the attack?
Yes, that's right.
No wonder.
What do you mean?
Well, she always does everything to upset him. I think she goes out of her way to upset him. I don't think she should be allowed to be in his room until he's fully recovered.
Well, I sort of, you know, I did talk to her and tell her that I didn't want to see...
Excuse me, Dr.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to see you.
Well, you better leave. I don't want to see anyone.
I don't care what you want. You're going to listen to every word I have to say. You've gone too far this time, Rebecca. You've hurt Quentin for the last time.
I think you better leave before I have to call a nurse and have you thrown out.
Try it.
I would like to remind you that I am still a patient in this hospital, which means that I am still in a delicate condition and in no mood
you just say it? I said you're going to listen to every word that I have to say.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. You caused that cardiac arrest. You were in the car when you caused that accident. You tried to kill Quentin.
You fool. You don't know what you're talking about. I would never try to kill Quentin. I love him as much as he loves me.
Maybe you do love him, but it's strictly one-sided because he doesn't love you.
You're pathetic. You and that little shop girl's mentality of yours, always hoping you're going to marry the boss.
I am going to marry him.
I doubt it. Oh, he may live with you, but he'll never give you his name. And even if he's promised to, I think he'd be sick to death of you before you even reach the altar. I'm sure you keep a little diary full of your secret hopes and dreams. Well, you better tear out the pages pertaining to Quentin because it's never going to happen. He and I have a long history together. And nothing or nobody, especially a little nobody like you, can ever destroy what we had and what we're going to have.
No, I think it's about time you wake up because I am the one that
I am the only one he's always loved. You've never been anything but a diversion for him. Like an upstairs maid that happened to catch his eye. He's always had a weakness for the lower classes.
All right, then tell me, Rebecca. Tell me why it is that I'm the only one that he wants to see now. And you tell me why you're not going to be allowed to be in his room anymore. You tell me that, Rebecca. I think if you have a little diary, I think it's about time that you started writing in it. Because that's the only thing that you're going to have left. Did you hear me?
Liar! I'm going to tell you! I'll get you! Get on! Get her out of here! You liar!
Listen, did you get a hold of yourself? Whatever happened in there is not
She's lying!
All right, listen, calm down. Now, listen to me. You want Quentin to get better, don't you? Yes, you do. Of course you do. Now, look. You want Quentin to recover. Now, it's going to be hard for him to do it if he sees you like this. You've just got to calm down. You've got to be calm for Quentin's sake, okay?
Dr. Marler, well, I was down on the 6th floor, and they told me that Mr. McCord
Well,
had
it's
been
quite
moved.
all right. I'll tell you what we did. We moved him down here to the 4th floor.
Oh, I'm so relieved. For a moment, I thought he'd been taken back into surgery.
Oh, no, nothing like that. He's been making such remarkable progress. We thought we'd move him down here to a more comfortable room.
Oh, of course. I knew it was only something like that. I knew. Then I can see him now.
Yes, of course, but you'll have to wait a little while.
Oh, if you say so.
Well, the reason I say that is that Henry Chamberlain's going to be here shortly, and, well, Nola came to me yesterday after she spoke to Mr. McCord and asked that Henry be his first visitor today.
I see.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Henry.
How's Quint McCord doing?
He's doing very well. We've moved him to a regular room now.
Oh, good. That is good news.
I expect him to make a complete recovery.
Good.
I think Quentin's very fortunate to have had a physician of your capabilities.
Well, I certainly agree, and I speak from experience.
Well, if you're ready, Henry, I'll take you to Mr. McCord's room.
Good, good. Oh, but Mrs. Renfield was here ahead of me. Shouldn't she go in first?
Please, Mr. Chamberlain. I'm sure that Nola realized that you would be very anxious to see your business associate was all right.
Well, Quentin's more than a business associate. I consider him to be a good friend.
Yes. Well, I know that he feels exactly the same way about you. I also know that you're a very busy man. Why don't you go ahead, please? I'll just wait here.
Thank you.
Ready?
I'll walk with you two and keep you company.
Well, that's kind of you, Miss
Oh,
Mancini.
don't mention it. Dr. Muller, I hear that you saved Quentin's life on the operating table. I must say that's quite pathetic. I cannot allow for Henry Chamberlain not to know.
Not to know what?
To know that Quentin McCord is in reality his son.
Mr. McCord, are you ready for your first visitor of the day?
Good morning, Mr. Chamberlain. Good morning, Quentin. I hear you are doing very well indeed. Thank you.
Henry, don't make it too long.
No.
I will let you in a few minutes.
Fine. I'm in no hurry.
Mr. Chamberlain, I'm very pleased you came by to see me.
Well, I'm pleased they'd let me. In fact, I was delighted when Nola called me this morning.
Did Nola tell you?
Oh, yes, she told me about taking a course at the university. She's quite a girl.
Yes, she is.
Quentin, is she worried about your background?
My background?
Yes. Well-known archaeologist, books published. I think that may be why she's trying to educate herself further to please you.
Mr. Chamberlain, Nola doesn't have to do anything to make me pleased with her or make me love her. I love her very much just the way she is.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I was afraid that maybe that sort of snobbish thing might have been the reason you had your falling out recently. See, I was guilty of that sort of snobism once. I let it come between me and one of the most important people in my life. I've never ceased to regret it.
This person, did you love her?
Yes, very much. But in those days, social differences seemed to matter more. We knew my family would never accept her, so we convinced each other that it would be best if we just concluded it all quietly.
Some things cannot be concluded.
Yeah, I know. That extraordinary woman has never ceased to haunt me. And I lost something that I can never hope to regain.
Yes. Mr. Chamberlain, I too have lost things that haunt me and have things that haunt me constantly and problems that if I don't resolve them, well, Nola and I will never have a future together.
Don't let that happen, young man. You have a nice, long life ahead of you. In fact, you have a wonderful life with Nola, if that's what you truly want.
Oh, yes, sir. That's what I truly want, and I will do everything in my power to see that that happens and